Pittsburgh. It's the second day here in Pittsburgh. We had a hand of all the brothers coming through, brothers and sisters coming through. So today, I'm going to present to you a presentation I put together called The Destruction Caused by Caesar Borgia and Christianity. And we're also going to cover a few other small topics, white supremacy, failed leadership, and of course the cure for these situations, for these issues in our history. So when we talk about destruction, we're talking about ruin. It's clear that there's a certain people that have been ruined. That's Blacks, Hispanics, First Nation people. So you have destroyed people. All right. So black people up on the ghettos, the reservations, the barrios. You know what I mean? Most importantly, we lost the knowledge of our God. You understand that? So we're destroyed people. Ceasar Borgia is the image or the white Christ of America, of white people. And a lot of our brothers and sisters are worshiping the same thing. He was the image of the beast and the son of Pope Alexander VI. So white supremacy, we're talking about the so-called white man, the Edomites. Supremacy being who's dominant. He's dominant over all Israel people on the planet, especially the children of Israel. And we're supposed to be the leaders of this earth. If we keep the laws, statutes, and commands of the Most High God. So, failed leadership. We talk about leadership. We're talking about the capacity to lead. Understand? Failed meaning feeble, weak, or not strong. Understand that? So, and then that's hitting on your Christian pastors. A lot of brothers and sisters look up to these celebrities as leaders and whatnot. When we talk about the cure, we're talking about getting back to the law, statutes, and commands of the Most High. And of course, you actually became the commander during honor. That's the cure to belief, because commander during honor is the man that the Most High chose to run the planet right now. Right. So let's get into it. All right, so let's get into it. So we're going to start with a little bit of history about who Ceasar Borgia is. All right, so Ceasar Borgia was an Italian cardinal and an illegitimate son of Pope Alexander VI, which is not recognized. I know in Western civilization they consider that if you're not married, you're illegitimate. It's not legal.
So sometimes you want to.
So a cardinal is a senior member of the clergy, pastoral or priesthood of the Catholic Church. Cardinals are created by the Pope and typically hold the title for life. Borgia was an Italian captain in command of mercenary companies. Of course, mercenary is somebody who's employed for financial gain, for money. They'll pretty much work for just about anything, and even against their own people. So in the Middle Ages, and the multinational armies, they served the popes and other European monarchs during the Italian wars of the Renaissance and religion. So the Italian wars, so it was like a series of conflicts fought between 1494 and 1559, mostly in the peninsula, later spanning the Flanders, the Rhine, and the Mediterranean Sea. So we know that, of course, religion is a man-made thing, and it's something that created by the oppressor of the heathen nation. So we got further history about Ceasar Borgia and the family. So Lucretia Borgia is the daughter of Pope Alexander and sister of Ceasar Borgia. She enjoyed an incestuous relationship with her brother Caesar. Giovanni Borgia, another son of Pope Alexander, was murdered by his brother Caesar Borgia. And then we got here between 1502 and 1503. Caesar employed Leonardo da Vinci as a military architect, engineer, and with Chairman Leonardo became intimate. So what I'm bringing out here is that, okay, you see you have this man, Ceasar Borgia, who's the image of the white Christ or the God of America. And this is a man who committed incest, he was a murderer, and he was a flaming homosexual. So you see, this man is the image of, they portray the image of Yahushua, which is a stepping on Christ. He's not, of course, he's not Christ, but everybody in the world outside of the UK think he is. So the Renaissance period, meaning the rebirth or revival after the fall of Rome, which is immediately after the Dark Ages. All right, so covering the 5th, the 15th, and the 16th centuries, and characterized by an effort to revive and surpass the ideas and achievements of classical antiquity. This was a rediscovery of classical Greek philosophy. So we talk about this revive, meaning like to flourish or to return to what was the Greco-Roman world. So that's what they were trying to do here. You see here the first image here, the little white babies with wings and whatnot. You know what I mean? Now we know that that's folks, because in Ezekiel 1:5 it talks about the appearance of the angels being burning as grass. Right? You see the second image. We have, I guess that's supposed to be Mary and the child, the mother and the child. We know that Mary is the mother of Christ, and Mary will be a black woman. She's, I believe, a tribe of Levi. Okay? And then we got the image on the far right. It's supposed to be another depiction of Christ. You understand that? Which is, he looks soft and feminine. All right? We know that Christ, if you go to Revelation 1, it talks about the revelation of Jesus Christ. Drop down to the 13th verse, it describes what Christ looks like. We know he had woolly hair and dark feet and whatnot. Okay, so like I said before, but which painter had the biggest influence in the Renaissance period? Of course, it would be Leonardo da Vinci. All right, so Leonardo da Vinci, 1452 to 1519, is arguably one of the most influential figures, not only of the Renaissance, but of art history itself. He provided unparalleled insight into huge range of fields, from art to mathematics, engineering to astronomy. So this here is a depiction of the Last Supper. I think it's the 1490s mural painting in Milan. It's like one of the best known examples. But this is the type of things that resonate in the minds of people here in America and all over the world because of people like Leonardo da Vinci. Of course, we know that that's false because none of them look like that. All right, so how much of an influence does art have in society? Art influences society by changing opinions, instilling values, meaning what's important to a person or to people, and translating expressions experienced across space and time. Meaning, like, so music would be like an expression. Music is a way to express yourself. All right. Research has shown art affects the fundamental basics sense of self. All right, so you get into like, the root of the people, or what the foundation or the principal component of the people. So people can look at these images and directly relate them to, blacks, Hispanics, or the so-called oppressor. You understand that? So painting, sculpture, music, literature, and other arts are often considered to be a repository of a society's collective memory. Repository, you think like a container where they store like memory or images and whatnot. So we go to the first one here. All right, so the one nation under God. All right, so that stands for liberty, justice, freedom, love of the country, our national purpose. All right. The 13 stripes, the colony represents the colonies, and then the stars, I believe, is the states at the time, at the time. All right, but also like that eagle, the bald eagle. Over time, back in the day, the Romans would wear those shields, and it symbolizes like the nature of the oppressor. You know what I mean? And the Roman army, when they were trying to pillage Jerusalem or reach the walls, they had this little bird called an aquila. It was like it was an image of a bird, like a golden bird. They would throw it up on the wall because it would like get the soldiers more, encouraged to try to take the kingdom down. Because it was like a serious thing to have this aquila, in your possessions. Like you would be like, it was like you consider like a war hero if you would have this aquila. So that's that bald eagle symbolizes like Roman authority, power, and whatnot. Then you have the white Christ again, long hair, blue eyes. A little bit soft in nature, you understand that? And of course, that nobody would look at that and think that, Christ would have a vesture of dripping blood, because he's coming back from war. Right. But they would look at that and think that, he's soft, which again, is stepping on Christ, you understand that? So then we get to, the three images here. We got little Kim there now. Back in the day, I thought little Kim had some bars, I like little Kim lyrically. Now, she was spitting a lot of boredom. But as far as her sound and how she presented herself, I like the bars. But when you look at the sister here, you see she's down on all fours, you know what I'm saying? Tail up in the air, presenting herself like a horn, you understand? So, but again, these are the type of things that resonate with our sisters. You understand that? It resonates with our sisters. They see stuff like this. You got Boys in the Hood, same thing here. You got Morris Chestnut, who was, I believe, Ricky in that movie. You got Cuba Gooding, who's Trey, and you got Ice Cube, who's George. But I believe most of these brothers, I think at least two of them grew up middle class. But this movie's like a crime drama, you know what I'm saying? So, and I remember watching that, and I remember thinking like, I was probably like a young boy at the time, like 91 when it came out. And I remember like, just looking at that, thinking like, this is like kind of, this is kind of horrific, because I remember thinking, this is actually happening in my neighborhood, you know what I mean? So I used to see this, and it was kind of like terrifying to me, you understand? Even though I know that we know today that they're just actors, you understand that, but it's something that if you're not an actor, you can't manage your heart. You look at things like this, and you don't know the difference between entertainment, acting, and what's real and what's real and what's not. So then you get to Tyler Perry, you know what I'm saying?
You don't have to touch this.
You know what I'm saying? This brother here, dressed up like a woman, you know, got purple on, you know, got a wig on, lipstick, fake breasts and all that. And then, and it's, I guess it symbolizes the loud mouth, you know what I'm saying, sister or whatnot, uncontrollable. And, you know, this brother made millions off of that. And it couldn't be more far from the truth because all the sisters are not like that, you understand that. But it's just, and, you know, the law is against that, you know what I mean? To dress up like a woman, I believe it's Deuteronomy 22:5, where it talks about, Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination to that God. So, again, this is, you know, entertainment and how he makes money, but when it goes against the Most High God, it's an abomination, you understand? So, you know, you need to know the difference. All right, so what percent of so-called African Americans and Hispanics are Christian? It says, according to the Pew Research Center for Religious Landscape Study, 79% are blacks, and 77% of Hispanics are Christians, 70% of whites are Christians. So basically, even in their own man-made religion, we dominate them, you know, their false religion. You see the first picture here, you know, brothers in the choir, you know, sisters in the choir, and of course the choir gospel music is effeminate, makes, you know, black men look soft. And then you got the second image here, what I like to call it the twilight zone. You see Christians over their hand like this. It's like they're praying to, you know, God. They can't save them. They have no idea. The little brother in the front looks like he might be on his way to One West. So he looks like he see something a little different. You know what I mean? On the end here, I'm not sure if that man there is a Edomite or his, you know, or his I'm not sure, but we know the service of God is only for the children of Israel. So if he is, you know what I'm saying, he shouldn't be teaching, you know, anything regarding to the Most High anyway. Okay, so Ceasar is the God of the oppressor. Christianity is the oppressor's religion, and if you're a Christian, the oppressor is your God. So again, you see the first image, sister again in the twilight zone, praying to a God that cannot save her. You got the image on the wall. And I remember coming up when I was young, this is what I saw in my grandmother's house. You saying this is what I saw in many other people's houses. I remember when I worked at the job, before I got the one I was at, there was a brother, big brother, about 6'8", you know what I mean? 6'8", big dude, braids and everything. Right in the corner of his desk, right by his computer, white Jesus. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, hey, this is way before the truth for me. I'm like, I know you got to know that. You understand? I know you got to know that this is not, has anything to do with our people. Right. You know, like I said, our people are just, you know, we're brainwashed from these things. You see the image of the cross when I'm driving from my slavery, just about anywhere there's a church on every corner, that image is everywhere. You understand? That image is everywhere. People try to resonate that with the Most High God, but it has nothing to do with the Most High God. Right. All right, so let's get into the destruction cause. So, Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. So what I'm saying is, when we render service to two masters, the tendency is that we may develop an affinity for one more for one than the other. Serving two masters at the same time, many are seduced and become weak. And that's what you see here. So you see down here in the corner here, you got the brother, you know, dapping up Joe Biden. Joe Biden says, you know, you're not black unless you vote for Joe Biden, right? But of course, you know what I'm saying, this brother's misled. He's probably a Christian. You see he got his wife behind him. She's probably the, you know, one that made him do it. You know what I mean? And then you go to the next picture here, brother like he's doing some nose candy, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not funny or anything like that, but this brother has become weak because he probably was a Christian at one point or grew up in a Christian church. And he realized that, you know, it wasn't, you know, what he thought it was going to be. And then he got weak, turned to the streets, you know what I mean? And then this is what happens, this is what it's over, you know what I mean? And then in the end, you see his hands behind bars. And that's exactly what happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, brothers commit crimes, they have no direction. You probably pretty sure they don't know the attitude the county commanders are around, and this is what happens. This is a situation where a lot of us before we came to the truth. You understand that? So, but, like I said, we can't serve two masters. If you can't love the Most High, you consider you a sinner. Anybody got any questions for anything?
So when it says you can't, no man can serve two masters, who are the two masters?
Well, one will be, of course, the oppressor that the Bible speaks about, and then, of course, the Most High. You know what I mean? So, if you're serving the white man, you can't serve the Most High. Right. You can't serve nobody but the Most High. If you serve anything other than the Most High, you're not in the truth, and you're going to be destroyed. And that's what's clear what's happening to our people. So, all right, so here's the scripture to prove it. It says, what does the word say? Deuteronomy 17:15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set over king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So that's related to that image you saw with Joe Biden. You see what I'm saying? Because we're never supposed to put a white man above us or vote. Voting is unlawful. You know what I mean? So voting for a white man ain't gonna do. I mean, we've been over here, over 400 years, and nothing has changed for us. Nothing has changed for us. There's a brother on my slavery now, Trooper Ron can attest to this. Brother about 50 years old, having a conversation with him one day, he says, Joe Biden is going to change everything for black people. He was dead serious when he said this. In his Christian heart, he really believed that that was going to happen. I mean, you couldn't tell him otherwise. And I just thought to myself, like I said, our brothers have become weak. And of course, his wife was a Christian. You know what I mean? So that's where we go with that. Exodus 22 and 18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. You don't know, like witchcraft or drugs or whatnot. Can't sell drugs, can't use drugs, you understand that? And that's another thing that's destroyed our people. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Of course, the devil being the white man, the oppressor that the Bible speaks about. A lot of our brothers definitely are in prison. You know what I mean? A lot of us are in prison. So that's just letting you know who the oppressor is. All right, so I got a little small clip for you right now. Check this out. This is talking about white Jesus. Let's check this out real quick. This is the effects that white Jesus has done to us.
With another segment of Keeping It Real. For real, sis. This week we have a topic. Thanks, we're done. This is from Jamil. I don't mean to gripe over petty stuff, but why is the Jesus from Superbook white? Isn't God for all of us? Even us black guys? It's a tough one indeed. Okay, Jamil, first off, I feel you. I grew up in a community where I was one of a few black people, and all of the pictures of Jesus looked like this.
Anybody tell me why that? Help me with this. Is that a sister or is that an Edomite? I'm not sure. This one on the right.
That's an Edomite.
Yes, Edomite. Okay,
She could be an Edomite.
Yeah, could. I don't know.
Well,
But anybody tell me why you think she did that?
She felt comfortable with that white Jesus because it helps her. It benefits her, people.
Do anybody else want to?
It's like a soft portrait.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So when she immediately saw the image and was like, we'll rock her to sleep. You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly what our people suffer from. That's why, when they take that scripture and turn the other cheek, that's what they think it means. To be soft, like Christ ain't a warrior. Like Christ is not going to have the best of victim blood. You see what I'm saying? Christ has come back to destroy, you know what I mean? He ain't like this. You understand? So I'm going to keep playing.
Looking at this every Sunday, I felt like I didn't belong.
There you go, right there. The sister right here said, just looking at this picture made us feel like she didn't belong. So just imagine how many brothers and sisters feel this way. I remember when I was younger, and I used to see that image of Christ, or I used to, my grandmother had me in church, and I knew there was something strange about it. I always knew, what I'm saying, I guess, the one West was already in me, I was just a young one. But I just knew something wasn't right. I was looking at a God that didn't look like me. I'm like, it didn't make any sense to be worshiping something that don't look like me. You understand that? So I can understand what your sister's saying.
I feel like I came from the family of Jesus.
So here's the truth, Jamil. Jesus didn't look anything like the blonde blue-eyed painting.
This one is probably a more accurate description. Jesus was a Middle Eastern Jewish man, so not white, but tall.
No one knows what Jesus looked like.
You see what she just said? No one knows what Jesus looks like. Now, see, they have a program to run, so they can tell half truth, but they're not going to really tell you everything. So that's a lie because I can go to Revelations 1:1 and 1:13, and it tells you clearly what Christ looks like. Right. So we do know what Christ looks like, but they have a program to run. Right, so
pictures or paintings from when he was alive.
So each artist has to make a guess, and at Superbook we always try to be accurate with the time of location.
First century Middle Eastern.
No art is meant to be the exact likeness of Jesus.
All right. So what she's doing now is making excuses for people like me and other things like language people, like saying, they didn't have the intentions on making it like, they're just doing it any kind of way. But no, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Remember, it was the Renaissance period. You understand that? And they're not going to let
Yeah. When I was coming out of the Christian church, they said the same thing once they debunked that Christ is a milky face man. So they start talking about Middle Eastern. What do a Middle Eastern look like?
Right.
But if you talk about coming from the land, it got to be dark, it's hot as hell over there, right? So they just start talking about Middle Eastern, he olive. So olive is either he green or he black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He a Martian or he a black man. Which one is it?
Right, that's a powerful point you brought out. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they know exactly what they're doing. Like I said, they have a program to run. They can tell half truth, but again, you can't expect brothers and sisters in the world or Christian church to teach you the truth. That's why since 1969 in the UK, and I speak at Commander Julian Harmon is where that truth is. So we have that truth today. So here's another little clip I want y'all to see. And this one is that dog test. This right here is hard to watch.
Most people have no clue.
This is the effects of Ceasar Borgia in Christianity on their people. There's a couple little sisters and also, I believe a couple of brothers and some other children too. It's a little short clip.
Quale bambola è bianca? Quale bambola è nera? Quale delle due è bella?
Questa.
Qual è quella bella? Qual è quella brutta? E qual è quella buona? Quale è cattiva?
He's had issues. He never said
Quale è buona? Perché è buona?
Perché hai gli occhi celesti.
Y'all ain't talking about, all right, let me ask you, why do you think that little sister said that? Anybody, what's your guess? You brought it wrong?
I would have to guess this Caesar Borgia.
God, Caesar Borgia, the blue eyes.
I was going to say the same thing, the blue eye.
Right. I mean, this is the child. So,
Because it fit the description of God she's been taught to worship.
God, that's right. God. That's what I'm saying. Like, so just imagine they attack our children for the time, you know what I mean? So they come up with the programs are here. You understand that? There's no reason. This is a child. He's really been in the world, I don't know how many years, but she already thinks that that's something, those blue eyes are something special. You know what I mean? It's terrible.
Quale è cattiva? Perché è cattiva?
Perché tutto nero.
Damn.
See, this is,
Okay.
I'm
funny.
I want to do this. I want to definitely do this, with my own children. You know what I mean? But this is. I mean, and these kids are being honest. They don't know how to, you know what I mean? Lie. They're young. But this goes to show you the work that Christianity and Ceasar Borgia has done to our people. I mean, this is what happens.
E qual è la bambola che ti somiglia di più?
She's hurt. She knows. So again, that's why the name of the topic what it is, the destruction of of our people from Ceasar Borgia and Christianity, because you see what it has done to us. Like I said, those children are young and innocent, and they've already been put in their mind that they have served a white God. So let's go to the next slide. All right, so here's 8 Christian values. All right, so this is what becoming a Christian or practicing Christianity. This is pretty much what you take on here. It says, number 1 is find joy. Find joy in the chaos. All right. So find joy in the traumatic events. the financial strain, psychological distress, right? So, and I want to pull scriptures and check it, about it. So it says, in Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted and shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So, in the chaos, the traumatic events, we suffered the transatlantic slave trade. A lot of brothers in the ghettos, bars were poor, were broke. You know what I mean? Definitely stressed out. And this is not our rest. America is not our rest. You understand? I mean, hear this every day, day in and day out. And I actually tell the commander Joey Honor to leave America. And that's what most of the brothers and sisters in the school have done. We left the world, and we're in here now. All right. So, 2 it says seek peace. So they want us to take on the doctrine of Michael King. You know what I'm saying? Little black boys and little white girls can hold hands and all that. Seek peace with these people. Deuteronomy 23, thou shalt not seek their peace, nor their prosperity all that days ever. Joining these people, coming together with them. If you have any substance, your substance goes over to them. You understand that? We're breaking the law, test commands by, dealing with somebody outside of our nation. You understand? So Martin Luther King is another false prophet. You all know that here. 3, be patient. Be a good slave and be patient until death you get to heaven. And that's one of the biggest Christian values. They teach you that you got to suffer all this trials and tribulation here in order to get to heaven for something to come to you. But here, Revelation 3:12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar of the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city, my God, of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which is coming down out of heaven from my God. So we're going to have heaven right here on earth. You understand that? We keep the law, statutes, commandments, the Most High. We're going to have heaven here. We don't got to die to get to heaven. You understand that? And that's just a wicked thing that they teach our brothers and sisters that. You see, be good. Have a favorable character to their standards. To be anything but who you are. They want us to put on that suit, shave your face off, shave your beard, get shape ups. You know what I mean? Look more like the white man, walk like the white man, talk like the white man. You know what I'm saying? They try to crowd these things for you to get a job, and their structure and everything. I remember back in the day, I was going to get a job working in a power plant. And this is before I even knew about the truth. I knew something wrong with it. They told me, so we had an orientation. They said, you got to shave your beard off. They pulled out the razors in the orientation and this shaving cream on the table. And I got up, walked out. And everybody laughing at me like, you really left? It was like really paying like $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Which years ago would have been pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, there's no way to shave it out. And I didn't even know about the truth, but I just knew something not right about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they just brought that out. I was just like, this is crazy. So I said, okay, number 6, live faithfully. Join the military. Be faithful to America and the image of white Jesus. You see what I'm saying? They want you to, join the American military, fight for the oppressor, you know what I'm saying? Do his work, fight against your own people, fight against other people. But they sit there and oppress us day in and day out here in America. A lot of veterans that was in the military for years. My father was a veteran. Come back here and they got a damn thing. Or they treat you like, that's exactly what it is and so on. But that's just what it is. What is it? Deuteronomy 11:6. Okay. Take heed to yourselves, and your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. And this is getting into like the flag. When you in America, from the time we're young, they want you to make you stand. I don't think they do it no more in schools, but they used to make you stand up and salute the flag and all that. You know what I mean? They really stopped doing that because of other nations, not because of us. Muslims and all that, you know what I mean? So they stopped that flag. Worshiping that flag in America, those are, that flag is an idol. You know what I'm saying? That flag, like Jesus, he's an idol. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord does not want us to be worshiping anyone but him. All right, so have self-control. Number 7. Show restraint while being oppressed. Don't complain about being murdered by the police. So, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to have self-control whether, murdering us day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? Oppressing us. Just like last night, we was out in West Newton, which is, country. And the police went right into the cut, waited for us, and they pulled up. And like Adam said, we ain't got nothing to worry about. We all legal here. We ain't sending, you know what I'm saying, the license to carry and all that. But again, like I said, they want to oppress us, they want to stalk us, watch us, you know what I mean? And like I said, they could do that to us here, but they know they're going to get us on you know what I'm saying? But in the world, you might have something to worry about. Because even here, like I was 2 years ago, a young brother, Antoine Rose Jr., young, about 15, 16 years old, ran from the police. Michael Rossfield shot him in the back like 3 or 4 or 5 times, something like that. And he beat the charge too. He beat the damn charge. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we got to face, when we're not in the truth, and we don't know, how to handle, this American society. Number 8, it says, let me get that, Exodus 23 and 22. It says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. See what I'm saying? So, we keep the law, statutes, commands, the Lord will be our protection. You know what I'm saying? And that's been our destruction here in America and all over the world, because if you're sinning, you don't have the protection of the Lord. You understand? So that's why these people can get away with these things, because we're sinning against God. Let me get, show love. These are all Christian values. I got this online. Love your enemies regardless of how they treat you. Put faith and trust into them. All right, so that's what America is all about. You know what I mean? Regardless of what you're going through, put your faith and trust in them. And of course, you're only supposed to put your faith and trust into your God. So, Ecclesiastes 32 and 24. He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse. Put your trust in the white man. He's not going to serve you. He ain't going to do anything for you. I mean, we should know that by now. It's been over 400 years. If you check the history of these people, they've always been this wicked people. You know what I mean? Abominable people to the Most High. But put our trust in the Most High God, and we'll fear, we'll be in a better situation. All right, so this is a Warner and Simon's image from 1940. In colonial Latin America, called New Spain, by European colonists, images of white Jesus reinforced the caste system, where white Christian Europeans occupied the top tier, while those with darker skin ranked considerably lower. Scholar Edward J. Blum and Paul Harvey argued that in the centuries after European colonization of the Americas, the image of a white Christ associated him with the logic of empire and could be used to justify the oppression of Native and African Americans. So that's what this image represents. Empire, their empire, us at the bottom, and us being oppressed. You know what I mean? So hold on, let's see here. Okay, so here's an example of the caste system. It says it is a social hierarchy passed down through families, and it can dictate the professions a person can walk, and as well as aspects of the social life. So you see, this is around the time of the colonization. They got the Spaniards on top, who were the Peninsulars, and the Creoles, people born in New Spain by the Spanish parents, mestizos, born Spanish and Native American Indian parents, and then you got Native Americans, and then you got people from Africa and Caribbean, New York people. So, but this is what it looks like. This is pretty much what it's like today. I mean, I know at the bottom, Native Americans and we culture, we're about in the same situation. So this America is built on this caste system. It says, what can I expect accepting the oppressor as my God? You can expect rape. You understand? You can expect rape. On slave ships and on the plantations, the rape of enslaved women was a performance of white masculinity. Cowards, you understand that? That's one of the ways they showed their masculinity by raping our women. 216,000 children have been abused by Catholic priests since between 1950 and 2020. Everybody know about that Catholic Church. You understand? They for life, y'all understand how they keep getting away with this thing going on forever. Again, this is what we can expect, like I said, the oppressors of God. Warfare and conquering. The white man conquered the natives and dropped bombs on Nagasaki in the name of white Jesus. That's what they do. You know what I mean? That's what they're warfare and conquering. Alcohol abuse, drugs, mental disorders. Our people are destroyed in America thanks to the oppressive period. I mean, you see, you can just go right out here. They kind of, they made them leave a little bit, but if you walk all out here downtown, you'll see our people destroyed on drugs and alcohol abuse and all types of mental disorders. Even down in the bottom floor of the lab, you see the same thing. This is a little drug fact sheet. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read a little bit of it just to prove my point. This is I think a couple years ago, 2015. The drug war, mass incarceration, and race. All right, so it says, with less than 5% of the world's population, but nearly 25% of its incarcerated population, the United States imprisons more people than any other nation in the world, largely due to the war on drugs. Misguided drug laws and harsh sentencing requirements have produced profoundly unequal outcomes for people of color. Although rates of drug use and sales are similar across racial and ethnic lines, Black and Latino people are far more likely to be criminalized than white people. So we're just a little more. It says the drug war, mass incarceration, racial disparities in the U.S. judicial system. There were more than 1.5 million drug arrests in the U.S. in 2013. The vast majority, more than 80%, were for possession only. At year-end 2012, 16% of all people in state prisons were incarcerated for drug law violations. of whom nearly 50,000 were incarcerated for possession alone. More than 50% of people in federal prisons are incarcerated for drug law violations. About 500,000 Americans are behind bars on any given night for a drug law violation. 10 times the total in 1980. So people of color experience more discrimination than every other people, basically. And again, this happens because Christianity, having a God that don't look like you, you know what I mean? And this is what we believe. So I got another little clip on play, and this is Captain Rashad, one of my favorite. He's going to break down basically what this. So it's got this one a long time ago.
Big and powerful and can fly and breathe fire down and destroy nations, just like the white man. They still bombers. In the Vietnam War, the white man would paint a dragon face on his nose tip and spray napalm and spray Agent Orange and burn his enemy like a dragon. That old serpent who is now the dragon, who's called what? Not yet, or what? Not yet, or what? Not yet. Show me some spiritual scientific book that calls the white man the devil, and I will join. Show it to me. Bible says the white man is the devil. Go ahead. And Satan. And what? And Satan. Go ahead. Which deceives the whole world. So this white man, this serpent, he is the devil that deceives the whole world. Now go back to Revelation 13 where he called it the image of the beast. Now remember, Genesis just said the serpent is the most subtle beast of the field. Meaning there's other beasts in the field, other nations, right? But this beast is the most subtle. This beast is going to rape your children and molest the children, and then come with this and say, I come with beast. This beast dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and put this picture up. This beast conquered the Taino Indians, the Ephraimites, the Puerto Ricans, the Colombians, the tribe of Levi, the Haitians, Dominicans, and put this up, and we forgive him. You know why? Because he looks harmless. That's subtlety. This is subtlety. You don't understand. ISIS got to make a video with them burning him out of the cage. This man comes to a country with a brick bag and a suit at a time, and your country will belong to Hitler again.
Okay, so again, we just broke down, who the devil is, what the Bible speaks about. The so-called white man, the president. All right, so who is the devil? We're going to bring some scriptures now. It says, Job 12:6, the tabernacles of rock was prosperous. So in Rome, 70 AD, they pillaged Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Jewish man today, he rules the planet, or governs the planet with our laws of separation with the Bible. And he claims to be us. You know what I mean? So 2 Ezra 10:23. The seal of Zion has lost its honor, delivered into the hands of the haters. You know what I'm saying? People think that the shield of David is that, Star Molech. You know what I mean? So Job 12:7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall teach thee. As far as the white man, there's a black bear, an elephant, a giraffe, a zebra. All these things are like extinct, and they're used for different reasons. Like you see that the giraffe, they use that, they merge that just for like jewelry. Zebra, I never heard of zebra stick. I never heard that one. I don't know what that is, but this is some of the things that they do. All right, it's telling you who the devil is. 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders. You know what I'm saying? That's white supremacy. The military says that we're here as a sign, an image. You know what I'm saying? And lying wonders is like saying Jesus loved everybody, which is a lie. Christ only came for the children of Israel. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling place unto all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Like in the scriptures it says, I sit not a widow. I sit not a widow. They think no destruction is ever going to come to them. You got Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. That's the name of a oppressor. You understand that? Here in Pittsburgh, William Penn. That's where Pittsburgh is named after. William Penn. When I went down to Ceasar, Texas, I was at the airport, Bush International Airport. You see what I'm saying? He names his places after him. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. He put his face as Christ. As the angels, as the Most High God, as the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So it's letting you know who the oppressor is. You understand? None of these people, you know what I'm saying, don't look like us, right? You see the pictures of the little white angels and the mother of the child and the white Christ. Again, those are all false images. We know the scriptures say that Christ is a black man, Mary is a black woman, you understand? Moses is a black man, and so forth. All right, so emasculation. So this image here is emasculates a man to deprive strength, vigor, and spirit, meaning to weaken. That's what emasculation means. So 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves of mankind. The reason why I brought that up is because this image speaks everything about being effeminate. You understand that? So, an effeminate, having feminine qualities untypical of a man, not manly in appearance or manner. And that's what you see here with the blonde hair, blue eyes, you understand, stringy hair, and just looks soft next to weak. Now I'm going to show you what a real man looks like. Commander General Yohana. That's what a real man looks like. Strength, valor, spirit. You understand? 13 shield Commander General Yohana. 1 Maccabees 14 and 9. The ancient men sat in all the streets communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and wore like apparel. You understand? Commander General Yohana been doing that since he came into the truth. You understand that? That's glorious and wore like apparel. You understand? If anybody want to be like this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Sloppy. I want to be like him. You understand that? Not that soft that you just saw. You understand that? So, all right. So, what the black church promotes. The black church promotes integration. All right. There's like 45,000 different church denominations. All right. Disobedience to God's laws. They say that the laws are done away with. Okay. Love for your enemies and hate your own. God loves everyone. You understand that? Puts women above men. It puts a restraint on male power and recognition of female roles and dispositions. We know that the Christian church is dominated by women. We have big goofy hats on, collar shots and everything. Even like when I was a young man, there was a woman that was raised up as the pastor of the church. You know what I mean? And she used to be on my heels too. Like, you need to get baptized today. You need to get that. It was like I just knew something was wrong with it. I never did it, but it was like she was on my heels about it. On my heels about it. So it says turns children into LGBTQ, makes men effeminate. And the Pope says that we are all, the Pope says we are all welcome. So if you're like effeminate, the Pope says, okay, so does T.D. Jakes. I'm going to bring that up in a minute too. All right. Produces sinners and murderers. So that realization sets in that this is false and it's not going to work, and that brothers go to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Brothers go straight to the streets and it's rebellion. And then it also promotes that the pastor is above all. And I don't know if you ever like read, something like that, if it was in the church, or you might have read before in the church, back in the day or whatever, and you read it, you bring in the pastor a place of food, you know what I mean? Because they worship the pastor, they'll celebrate his birthday and everything. They treat the pastor better than they treat their own ministry. That's what they do. So, to combat those things that is brought up about the church, expose the church in Christianity, Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. We know that holy means to be separate. Okay, so separate from other people. The church, again, wants you to integrate with people. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we're supposed to be ruling other nations, not integrated with them. You understand that? Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. But the Christian church teaches that the laws are done away with. You see what I'm saying? So if you're breaking laws in the world and think that the Most High is not going to punish you, you know what I mean? That's going to be terrible for you. But again, like I said, the pastor teaches that the laws are done away with. Just pay your tithes. That's the one law that you do keep is pay tithes. You understand that? But again, the Lord says if you don't keep these laws, that's commandments, curses are going to catch up to you. All right. Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right. Proverbs 5:15. Drink waters out of thy own cistern and running waters out of thy own well. You know what I'm saying? God, they teach in the Christian church that God loves everyone. Love your enemies. You understand that? But we need to be with our own people, love our own, support our own. You understand? Bring our own people up. 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. And this puts down that theory that in the Christian church that they put women above men. You know what I'm saying? Like about putting restraint on male power. The woman is supposed to be under the man.
So there's no equality in the marriage.
Did you say it again?
There's no equality in the marriage?
No, there definitely is no equality. I mean, that's what they teach. You understand that? But there definitely is no equality. I mean, they definitely put women up. You know what I mean? Especially amongst our people. You know what I mean? They want our women to, they turn us upside down. They want a woman to rule over us. But certainly the white woman is not equal to the white man. You understand that? So, but in the Christian church, according to the pastor, to keep that congregation nice and thick, he's going to make sure the women are pleased. Because they're the ones who are most invested in the church. All right, so here we go. Romans 1:26. For this cause God gave them up to vile affection. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. We're talking about homosexuality. You know, I mean, things like, unlawful sex, fornication. And this is T.D. Jakes, letting you know that it's okay in his church for these things to go ahead.
Virus that goes all in without no
It's a little short,
contract
that's not
or
long.
plan for just $25 a line. Plus Disney Plus. Now for a limited time, there are free Samsung Galaxy.
This is, like I said, this guy looked at as a leader among black people, worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Something from Black 185 in our digital community. So do you think, I'm assuming, LGBT community and the black church can coexist?
Absolutely.
Let me push that question, because that's sort of the obvious shit. The church ain't turning away. How should that church believe?
I think it's going to be diverse from church to church. Every church has a different opinion on the issue, and every gay person is different. And I think that to speak the church, the black church or the white church or any kind of church you want to call it, are all the same is totally not true. And all gay people are not the same. The types of relationships that are afforded are based on the types of people in each individual case. And LGBTs of some sorts have to find a household of worship that reflects what your views are and what you believe like anybody else.
Conform to people. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. They don't want you to obey God, conform to the people.
Right.
It's all about money.
Right.
You got to
They're going to minister. He loves money.
He got it. Right. Yeah, you look at his wealth, he's like, he won $150 million. Easy, you know what I mean? But again, he knows, he's real slick with his words too. He's real slick. Because he's going to ask him a question, he's going to divert from it. But you know, he's good at it. But basically, like I said, they want to conform to people and not serve the Most High God.
And the church should have the right to have its own convictions and values. If you don't like those convictions and values, and you totally disagree with it, don't try to change my house, move into your own. And establish that sort of thing. And find somebody who gets what you get about faith.
You can go to various churches and find what you're looking for. If we don't serve the Most High God and keep His laws and commandments, find what you're looking for. You know, like Christians say, well, my Jesus says this. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're talking about. And that's why, brothers and sisters say that. They can easily throw that at you when you say something to them. Well, my Jesus says this, my Jesus says that. And this is where they get it from, people like this guy.
Trust me, I talked to enough LGBT, they are not all the same.
Oh, for sure. They're all Christians.
No.
But how do we, has your thinking evolved on this?
Evolved and evolved. I think that where I am is to better understand, the church bought into the myth that this was a Christian nation. And once you get past that, which a lot of people are going to criticize me because they're still going to think it's a Christian nation, which is a whole different show. But once you begin to understand that democracy and that a republic actually is designed to be an overarching system to protect our unique nuances, then we no longer look for public policy to reflect biblical ethics. If we can divide, or what you would call separation of church and state, then we can dwell together more effectively.
All right, I'm just stopping. We all know what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's real clever with, saying a bunch of nothing. You know what I mean? It reminds me a lot of other false prophets. Again, this is why there's a lot of women love this dude. He has his own damn Bible. Matter of fact, I think I was going to bring that up with the sister that was holding up the Bible and the thing, like the cross in the back around the wall. But he has his own Bible. I think it's called T.D. Jakes, something Bible, Woman's Bible or something. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so the church produces sinners and murderers, right? So like I said, realization sets in and rebellion comes. 1 John 3:16. Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him, neither have known him. So you can't sin. You can't sin against the Most High God. You don't know the Most High God. Like when we had camps, we're on the streets. We always ask, who believes in the Most High God? Everybody walk past and raise their hand and say, yeah, me. But they don't actually do what the Most High God says they do. It's just trendy or popular to say you do. So we're getting to the failed leadership, and we got a little more to go with pretty much everything, but failed leadership, okay? So Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children of their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith the Lord. So woe meaning destruction. It's coming to those pastors, people like T.D. Jakes, who's teaching that it's cool for, a brother or, a sister, be LGBTQ, whatever. It's lies, because the Bible says that, that we're against that, you understand? And so that's why I said, woe be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith the Lord. So here we go. So we're going, all right, so here. You see these people here. So you got Jay-Z, you got Brother Polite, Steve Harvey, you got T.D. Jakes, you got Martin Luther King. All right, so Jeremiah 23:21. I have not seen these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. Now, I'm not saying, so in the hip-hop, in the black community, for some reason, they look at Jay-Z like he's like he has his own religion or something. I don't know, maybe because he's slick with words or whatever, and he's a good rapper. But people actually do believe in this guy, like he's something special. Right. You know what just happened to Brother Polite? He's doing about 17 years, something like that, for Molesting a Child. Okay, and I remember this a couple years ago when that conscious community stuff was rocking before Captain Ceasar actually destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? But this guy here, young Pharaoh and all them, but
No, I mean to cut you off. Just keep going on.
oh, okay. Yeah. But I remember sister saying, oh, these brothers got the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And then she doing it, she's like, you know what? They got the knowledge, and they said you can continue to smoke weed too. You really believe in this? You know what I mean? That's why you like them. Yeah, that's why you like them, because they allow you to keep, tell you that you can keep sinning. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to keep the laws. You know what I'm saying? Steve Harvey, this TV show and everything. He's like a lady's dream as far as telling them what they want to hear. You know what I mean? He gonna tell you whatever you need to hear so you can keep the women. You know what I'm saying? Find his books and stuff.
When you first started with your conversation, what I think was going on there, that our people, when they see these so-called celebrities, the wealth determines who God is with. You get what I'm saying? They say Jay-Z God got to be on his side because he got money.
God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and that, of course, in the black community, anybody who has money is, considered something special. Because we're so poor and, it's so broken and everything that, money means everything to our people. Of course, when we came into the Ashford County Community, we learned that we're already rich people, you understand that? We just need to find our heritage. So we know what T.D. Jakes just said. Dr. Martin Luther King, I've heard what the prophet said. The prophet said lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. He came along, Michael King came along with his own agenda. He was in love with an Edomite woman, and he just wanted to make sure that he can get with this woman. You know what I mean? So he created a whole movement, you know what I'm saying, so he can get what he wanted. And he even said toward the end of the thing that, he led his people into a burning house. You know what I'm saying? He lost his life for that. So let's get into, we're going to play a little game here, right? So I want y'all to guess, whose quote is this? Who said that those people you just saw? I'll go back one more time so you can see. Okay, so you see that, okay, so it's going to be a quote from one of these people. I just want to see if I can get this real quick. All right, so there we go. You can have this too. Don't be another heartbreak story. Start putting yourself first. Get where you want to be and make your man all that he can be. Anybody got anything? God. Okay. Correct. All right. I like to see myself as a bridge builder. That is me building bridges between people, between races, between cultures, between politics, trying to find common ground.
MLK?
Say it again.
Martin Luther King?
T.D. Jakes.
That's Jakes. Rosa Parks sat so Martin Luther King could walk. Martin Luther King walked so Obama could run. Obama's running so the office fly. Yes, sir.
Who was that?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yep. Make a career of humanity. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in. Yeah. It is incumbent that you separate yourself from negative persons, places, and things. It's the only key to succeed.
I'm going to go with Steve Harvey. Nope.
Right. Who?
Polite.
Yep. In other words, get away from these niggas. Get rich, go to Hollywood. That's what you did. And take pictures with white women, because that's what you did. You know what I mean? Your job is to inspire people from your neighborhood to get out.
Damn.
Jay-Z.
Yep. Wow. And so my point in saying this is, you see, unfortunately these brothers serve the oppressor and love America. They wish to fill the lust of their own bellies. That's why they're telling you these things. They don't actually care about their people. Romans 16 and 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Jesus Christ, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. I got one more for you. I want to see if anybody get this. Who said this? When you think about some of the brothers who are being brutalized by the police, you also got to have them take a look. And let's take a look in the mirror at the image we portray. If I'm a cop, and every time I see a young black youth, whether I watch them on TV, movies, or just seeing them hanging out, and they're not looking properly dressed, properly refined, carrying himself, conducting himself proper hours of the day, things that a man does, you're going to have a certain fear and stereotype of him. Anybody want to say it?
TJ?
Who?
Nope.
Nope. I'm going to tell you right now, it's nobody on that page.
Is it a news anchor?
Nope.
Every Christian.
Yeah, just about. But it's a specific person, so it's going to fuck you up. So like, yeah. Can you guess? He's in the music industry.
Do we know?
Oh, we know him.
Tupac. Damn. What's his name? P. Diddy.
Nope. Damn. Ready?
I got it. Hold on. KRS-One.
Nope. He's gonna mess y'all up. You ready? Anybody want to know? Anybody see that? Huh?
Lil Wayne.
Nope.
Kendrick Lamar.
Nope. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
The RZA.
The RZA.
After the Passover. Look down here. Look. After the Passover. And look who's on the side. Idolize me. Look. Nasty nigga.
Oh, shit.
See that? The RZA said that. He has an interview. You can type it on your phone. He said that in the interview. You know what I'm saying? I was a Wu-Tang fan. I was a Wu-Tang fan. I love Wu-Tang.
He wasn't, I thought he was a 5%er.
Yeah, he left that.
But I know he listened to the Israelites, but I thought he was a 5%er.
Yeah, he didn't last long. He went to Hollywood, he wanted that money, and that's what got him. But you see, Nasty down in the corner, like he making sure he in that picture. You see what I'm saying? Crazy, man. So we're getting at the end of it. This is the cure or the relief for Israel. All right, so 2 Chronicles 15:3. Now for a long season, Israel had been without the true God and without a teaching priest and without the law. 2 Chronicles 15:4. But when they in their trouble did turn to the Lord God of Israel and sought him, he was found in them. Okay, so it's saying we had a teaching priest, we were up on our laws, and but when we seek him, we're found him. All right. Ecclesiastes 5:7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. So, tarrying, making delay, like delay serving the Lord can be, a terrible situation for us. Because the Lord wants us now, you understand that? So when the Lord calls on you, you got to come and do this work, you understand that? We all have to do this, you understand that? So we don't want to perish in the day of his vengeance. You don't know when it's coming. Ecclesiastes 17:26. Turn again to the Most High, and turn away from iniquity. For he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of hell, and hate thou abomination vehemently. So if you were in a world and you smoke weed all the time, or you chase whores or whatever, anything that you used to do in the world, you got to hate that now. You got to go completely opposite of what you used to do. So whatever you did, the old man, he's dead. The old woman is dead. You got to be a new person under Christ, a new creature in Christ. You got to hate what you used to do. Understand that? All right, Isaiah 30:20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed to a quarter anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. All right? So we're saying that we want to see our teachers. All right, some point. Ecclesiastes chapter 44. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begat us. The Lord hath brought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning. Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies. Leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people. Wise and eloquent are their instructions. And that's what you see here with the general. You see what I'm saying? Isupk, under commanding General Muhammad. They teach about our fathers. They teach about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. You understand that? They teach about our history. They're glorious renowned men. All right? They have understanding and wise counsel. If you have any issues, this is who you go to. You understand that? The men above you in your camp. You know what I mean? But they get it from the generals. Okay? They've been declaring prophecies since 1969, commanding General Muhammad. Things that he was saying, way back in the day is happening now. You understand? With these wars and everything. You see that happening now. They are eloquent and give great instruction. for everybody knows that about the generals. Okay? I remember at the Passover, my first one, General Muhammad was in the back of the building. There's like a long club line waiting to go up and talk to General Muhammad. You know what I mean? Because they know about his instruction, you know what I'm saying? His wisdom. All right, so we're coming to the end. Command in General Muhammad. Ecclesiasticus 3:18. But greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Command in General Muhammad is a great man. He is extremely humble. You understand? He's a very humble person. Ecclesiasticus 4:7. Get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head to a great man. He's our leader. You understand it? He's a great man. Matthew 23:11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And that's exactly what he is. He is a servant to his people. And I was like when General Muhammad always jokes and says, Commander General Muhammad loves you all. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't like it. Yeah, but it's the truth. General Muhammad, General Yohana loves his people. He loves his people. You know what I'm saying? He's a great man. So I'm gonna finish it out with this. This is a clip of General Yohana, and let you know what type of leader that we have, and the type of man that we follow after. But again, he served the Most High, and he works for Christ. You see what I'm saying? So they get all the glory. But Commander General is the greatest man on earth today. There's nobody can debate that. So this is one of my favorites here. I just learned about it not too long ago, but this is what our leader says compared to those fake leaders that we just saw.
Hey, listen good. Don't get distracted. That ain't nothing but all you did was bump they bump. Don't miss this point I'm about to show you. Read. Well, that's why you can't stand up. Because you too damn scared. I done drove 12 hours to speak to you in Chicago and you scared on your own damn blood. Well, guess what? If they come to shoot you, I'm going to protect you, all right? I'm going to take the bullet for you tonight. They come to shoot you out here, you just get behind me. I'll get shot for you. Since you too scared to stand up, I'll stand up for you, all right?
That's the kind of leader that we have.
That's right.
T.D. Jakes ain't gonna do nothing like that.
Right.
Yeah, Jay-Z definitely ain't taking no bullets for you. And Mother Polite behind you can't do it. So you understand? But this is the type of leader that we have. I'll let him finish out.
And his heart was also like the bird, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire. Listen good. And his arms and his feet light in color. Light in color. Go ahead. To polished brass. Brother, Jesus Christ was a black man. Don't give a damn what your church said. Don't give a damn what your preacher said. And why wouldn't the world tell black men if Christ was black? That's the greatest inspiration on the face of this earth. Black men need inspiration. Why wouldn't every preacher in America supposed to be shot to the top of his lungs that Christ was a black man? To give black men dignity, but your preachers are sellout, no good, money grubbing, Rolls Royce seeking nigger is what he is. And he don't care about your life.
That's the man that we work with. You understand that? You notice how he gave all praise, or gave, to the Most High and Yahweh. You understand? He didn't take it for himself. That's what a leader. That's the word of a great man, a leader. You understand that? And that concludes the presentation.